Blake Lively gets dragged in the media and her victimhood agenda gets exposed. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. We had a fantastic live with It's Kim. We fought with some people in the comments, had a big MJ debate. Do not watch that new Netflix documentary. I beg of you. It's just salacious old news trying to get everyone riled up. Please, please, please don't engage. If you're going to watch it, at least wait a couple days so you don't get that first initial bump. It doesn't deserve your attention. And we talked a lot more in the live. If you want to watch the full show, go to popcornplanet.com, become a member, and you can always watch our talks. But we are going to talk. That's why I'm not talking about MJ as much, just because I don't want to keep giving attention to it. But I also want to make sure people know watching that's not helpful at all. It's just made to make us all pissed. And there's no new facts in it. But Blake, she's worth talking about still because she's out there ruining these laws and things for true survivors. And it's really upsetting people out there. And she's truly angering real victims, survivors, as I would call them. And so here she is. Victoria Burke is stepping back out. We've talked about this already a few times, but there's a few more clips I want to play. And I want to get Kim's perspective as well, because this is a real big problem for Blake. Victoria Burke created this 47.1, and she's now going around a lot of channels. I hope she pops by ours as well. But she's really making it clear, and I think she's starting to learn more and more of how ugly Blake truly is and how dangerous this is, not only for her law, but for all women. And she's not holding back. So here she was on Billy Bush. She did a quick clip. Let me play this, and we'll get your thoughts after this, Kim. But Billy was on with her, and she revealed that Lively has not even done the basics in supporting her own bill.
I think the vast majority of people have seen that this was never authentic from the beginning, and she's encroached upon seen this like a predator, have seen this bill as a way to save a little bit of face for herself in the end here after what has been a disaster. It is not the same story as what you experienced in your life. We know that. And
not so much as a letter of support from her for the bill.
You have not received that.
She has not contributed that.
She has not contributed a letter of support for the bill.
Not to my knowledge. So, I mean, at the bare minimum.
She's forgetting the little details of authenticity that you need to include when you're trying to achieve your objective.
Because most local survivors do contribute a letter of support of why the bill is important.
Victoria Burke.
That's insane, Kim. How insane that she hasn't even attempted to write a letter of support before all this. Excuse me. And now instead is attempting to take authorship of her bill herself. How upsetting is that for you?
It's incredibly upsetting. I think, I mean, I know there's a lot of dialogue right now about Victoria and people have a lot of different opinions, but I think at the end of the day, when someone has been through something as horrific as what Victoria has experienced, and they get back up, they get back on their feet, and not only that, they then start to fight for other people. I believe that she believes that 47.1 is a great law that will help many survivors, and she has worked incredibly hard and worked with many organizations and done the homework to make that happen. And she's been successful in multiple states of getting this brought in. And the idea of Blake coming in and potentially just basically hijacking the law, because that's what it definitely sounds like right now, it's in horrible taste. And I think when she's already being accused of taking the movie and being insensitive to victims, this is just like, never mind the cherry on top. Like, this is just like a sprinkle shower. It's like, it doesn't stop. And it's just maddening. And it really bothers me that this woman who is very intelligent and has worked so hard is now watching her law, her baby, become a PR event. It's awful.
It wasn't even just the bill, right? She then apparently, we learned from Chercy's video. Chercy did an interview as well, where she did speak with both Ryan and Blake directly.
To Blake and Ryan directly ever? Did you have any communication?
I did at one point, because one of the advocacy groups had asked me if I could request from her a video support for the bill, which she declined.
Blake declined that?
Yes. I had mentioned to her that we have this bill, but we are thinking about possibly attaching the language to this bill because this other bill is a little bit further along. And they decided, at least to me, like, that's too complicated or whatever. I don't know the reasoning, but it was a no. And they did not seek out any other ways to help the bill. And I don't push. I'm like, that's fine. And I went on about my business. And that's why I said not even a letter of support, but to hear you're behind the scenes doing the drafting's odd. So when I said to her in the communication, like,
who was
I
this? Was
would
it
ra-
Ezra Hudson?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We all know. Yeah.
Yes, it was Ezra. I have the email.
Ezra. Shame on you. All the behind the scenes dealing that she's trying to do. And then also seemingly trying to add a part about lawyers, protecting the lawyers.
Yeah.
This is all so shady. How do you take this, Kim?
I mean, it doesn't look good. It does not look good. I understand someone wanting to be an advocate after they feel that they've been through something and that they want to help other people. But helping does not mean taking something away from somebody else. And it's a pattern now that I feel like those of us who have been following the case have seen over and over and over. And I fear that, as Victoria talks about in the interview, that it's going to cause a divide. So if this law is very beneficial for survivors, is it going to become there's where Victoria is doing it and then where Blake and Ezra are doing it? And it's like, at the end of the day, as Victoria has stressed, this should be about the survivors. It shouldn't be about the celebrity element. It shouldn't be about the lawyers. It should be about the people that she's trying to protect with this law.
Well, she did push a bit. Here's another example of when she met with them and talked about it.
We're trying to feel it out. Like, how are people reacting to it? And ask was put forward at the time of like, could you request her to do a video in support of the bill? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. So that was when I went there. I told her my story
to Blake and Ryan's
of what happened to me,
which her story of survivorship, like it's an intense story.
Why the bill's important to me. She told me her mom had a story.
We heard about that at Time 100. Her mom's story that is very questionable.
I met her mom, met Ryan, met her children. And then I had asked her at some point, about the video and, because there's two separate potential bills and not one, that it wasn't a good fit for them. And I'm like, okay. And so I left. And as I said, no,
I'm sorry, you have to. So her mom was there, Ryan was there, and all her children were also present at this meeting?
I think it was just they happened to have time. I don't know if it was like for a thing, if I was being, I don't know if that was a...
She really likes to have meetings with so many people around to help the
honestly,
pressure of it, huh?
The more I hear these interviews, the more parallels I see, and it's getting creepy. It's getting weird.
Calculated, or if it just happened stands, I don't know. If it just happened to be at the time when I was coming, because I moved the time, maybe they weren't going to be there. I don't know. I mean, everyone was very kind to me, very nice, very friendly. Like I said, I keep focused on the bill. The bill. Like, because,
Look, I would love to speak to Victoria. I'm not trying to say it, but I'm just slightly concerned because there's another point in this interview where where Kirsty does ask, do you believe Blake? And she kind of hedges. And it's frustrating to me only in that because she previously had come out against Justin and supported Blake. Wrote an amicus brief and called out Justin when he even said early on that he's not going to let this bill be used like this. And so for her to change her tune, I'm glad she's doing it. We all can change our opinions, of course. It happens. But to not see her fully sort of accept how manipulative and dangerous Blake is, that's my only frustration right now. And I hope in doing these and hearing the feedback and learning more, she learns more about the facts of the case and why so many of us are team Justin because we're team truth and based on the evidence, and that she does come forward, because to see Blake out there being, lifted up as the survivor amongst survivors at these events, the Sanctuary for Families. This is the same group that was outside bickering with Elsie, and they clearly didn't know what they were talking about. The reason they were supporting her and because she was SH'd made no sense. They had audacity to ask Elsie if she'd read the lawsuit. Clearly, Elsie was reading more than they were. But here she is accepting, showing up for some award and, getting to do more damage control and play herself as a victim. So it's no surprise that more and more, and we know in our audience, they're speaking up, Kim, that, actual survivors are getting upset. And so I applaud Victoria for finally coming forward and getting this clearer. And we're trying to reach out, but I know she's getting inundated with requests, but we'll try to still keep on it. And if she sees us, please come on. Because I'd like to just, how does she truly stand of, well, you supported Blake very definitively. And now as more truths are coming out, can you look more into the facts and try to see if you regret them? Because I think the more people like Victoria that can stand up and allow these groups to know that maybe their support, while seemingly good intentionally, are now, a distraction and it's not smart. Because I was able to ratio them, which is sad that we have to do this because I'm sure this organization does good, but they need to stop spotlighting her and letting her take selfies with these women to make her seem like she's some big advocate when, as Victoria herself has said, she's manipulating this for her own PR gains. And I find that despicable. Any final thoughts from you, Kim?
I do hope that Victoria continues to speak out. I wish her the best in her bill. I do hope that we're able to get to a point where the fears that I've heard some people having about it being unconstitutional are addressed. And I do also hope that, foundations start to, see what's going on here. And I mean, I don't think that's going to be through anybody harassing them, so leave them alone. But I think I would love for Victoria to look more at the facts of the case from Justin's side as well as Blake's, and to get a better idea of what the full picture of this case truly is, because we all know it's a lot to take in. We've been following this for a year and a half, and it's so much information. So I do have some, understanding and empathy and patience for her with that.
Well said. We got a lot more coming, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up and all that stuff as well. And stay tuned. We got a lot more coming your way. You're not going to miss it here on Popcorn Planet.